Hi everybody. I brought the owl in and wow, I can see like an eye, its thing, like the horns, the beak, the wings, the feather texture, and then it's like he's turning his head or something, but you can see a line and there's other stuff carved into it. And that carved bit has like quartz in it. It's like grooved out. And you can see the carve marks. It's so amazing. It might have been resting on something like this, or I don't know. Because this side's perfectly flat. So I can see the owl when it on the flat side as well. It almost looks like it was painted. I haven't washed it or anything. Like I just kind of brushed it off a little bit. So there's like some stuff on it, but I've just been looking at it and trying to figure out. It's very special. Like you can feel that it's been worked on really hard. Like it's so smooth. It's been carved. Where I first noticed it was carved when it was on the wall, because I salvaged this out of the rock wall that's going to be demolished. It's next to the lighthouse, and the old monastery used to be there. That was connected to those journals. I saw this part, and I knew it had been carved. You can see the tool marks. Like, you can see them. And I wanted to just talk about quickly how I have found so many bird effigies. I found this owl as well. At first, I thought it was a horse. It might also be a horse. It has this puffy cheek, like a dented eye and ear. And then turning it, you can see the beak, the eyes, the rounded parts, the wing. It looks speckled, and like they were trying to portray one of those barn owls, maybe, or maybe one of those white snowy owls that has the black speckles. But you can see its feet and everything, like. And I do think it was a pendant. You can see where it was wrapped right there. There's an indent in the stone. And then along the bottom, you can see it. There's some red in there. Looks like it might have had some kind of a substance, maybe to stick, or maybe it had some kind of a frame. There's something on it right here. And then you can see it has this perfect edge. Like stones don't just become super polished and have these perfect edges. This is one of my favorites. This is probably my second favorite. I think it told a story. See it all the way around. Like that is an owl staring back at you. If you can't see that, you're blind. Truly blind. This one is so amazing. Like, I just love it. Every side has a story. And then it was definitely wrapped and worn as a pendant. That's why I think the back has a curve. It would rest on someone's chest, maybe as they wore it in a pendant. And then this one, like, this is how you can find. I was just walking the path around where I had found this one on Piddock Trail, which it was up like this. So I saw that it had marks on it. Like tool marks. Are they showing up? There. There's little scratches. And it has this perfect wing shape. And it's flat. But yeah, so right near on the path where I just found this, like at the side of the path, kind of like in the brush of the trees. So right near there, I saw this. Or was that where it was? Yeah, actually, okay, yeah. So right near there it was, and I was like, hey, that kind of looks like another bird. And then when I picked it up, I could see this perfect flat edge and the wing and the eye. It is a bird effigy. The eye is like an indent. Beak. You can see tool marks in this area where it was scraped down like that. It's so smooth. It feels really cute, cool. It's like this little baby bird or something. But it also feels like it was a tool. It fits in your hand nice and has this staining right here. It might have been used to like crush something, possibly. And then I just wanted to talk about this last one. I picked this up because the feel of it reminded me of this guy. So I picked it up and I looked at it and I was like, it felt like it had been carved. It has these perfect edges. It's so smooth. You can see tool marks. And I was like, hey, is this a bird or a owl? I can see an owl there, a horned owl. And then it's so smooth. That's the smoothest side. And then see, as I turned it, it has wings. This is an owl. Flat on the bottom. So, and this is a perfect flat facet of the stone, and that's its wing. So pick up your stones that you find and give them a really close look. People might have thought that this was just nothing, right? But when you look at it closely for a while, it will come out what it is. I found this one out back, right near where I found this one. No, actually, I found this one on the pile that's turned to rubble now. So I remember finding them close to each other, though. That was why I picked it up, because it just reminded me of him, and it was close to where I found him. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there could have been so much more in that pile. I found this guy there. I found those serpent stones with the crystal in their mouth. It's really sad. This. I found these stones there in that pile. This is, I think, a Native American legend. This is religious. It's some legend about, it's a legend about a serpent that had a crystal in its forehead. This is very special. So amazing. See all the fish scale? Or snake scale? That was how I first noticed it was something, was I saw that little pattern. And then right next to it was this, which is another one of those fish head or serpent head things. It's so smooth. And I noticed it because I picked it up because it was so cool looking, but it had this eye. Looks like an eye. This one like almost feels alive. It definitely feels biological and very, very similar, the texture, to the other one. And there might be a crystal in here. I just can't see it. But I was wondering if this was that glowing crystal thing. It can glow if you have a strong flashlight. This is some kind of a serpent or a fish. So cool. So look at your stones, everybody. You don't know what you might find, especially if you're around southern Ontario, because all of the Great Lakes were really important, and southern Ontario is right in the middle of all the lakes. Like you can go to each lake. Where I'm at, I can drive to each lake except Lake Superior, and Michigan would be a little bit further, but in an hour I could get to Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, or Lake Huron from where I'm at. So this spot I read had these huge harvest festivals and flint beds along the Great Lakes, and the copper mines and all of the mines around here. There's silver mines. Oh, there's all kinds of precious metals and like nickel mines. Like there's crazy. All Canada's just full of it. Because when you get onto the Canadian Shield, which is like a geological formation that, and it's just, there's the Great Lakes area, and this area has a lot of mines and quarries and a lot of materials that were important. There was a sulfur spring near in London, Ontario, and the flint beds and the precious metal mines were very important for trade. Like everyone in this area, like pretty much they would all travel here for these harvest festivals and like some kind of a fair. I don't know. I read that in a book. Have a great day.